Tonight we're talking about stalkers, we're talking about Tookie's mole sauce getting stolen, and of course we have a very special guest in studio, so stick around on the Stumptown After Show on AfterBuzz TV.
I'm Maria Menounos, and you're tuned in to AfterBuzz TV, the ESPN of TV talk. Now, let the buzz begin.
Woohoo! We're back with Stumptown on AfterBuzz TV, episode 6. We're talking Dex, drugs, and rock and roll. What is up, everyone? I'm so excited to be back. It's so good. Chae and LaToya, they were holding it down last week. Chae, I'm so happy to be back with you.
I know, I love when I work with Ollie.
Right, and of course, next to Chae Jones, we have none other than Adrian Martinez in studio.
Well, thank you so much. Please, everyone sit down. This is crazy.
The live studio is going wild right now.
Stop that.
Go
crazy.
Put your shirt back on. Put your shirt back on. Ma'am, sit down, please.
He will make you food later after our show.
Absolutely, Adrian.
Mom.
Adrian, you play Tookie on this incredible show.
Yes, I do.
Yes, you do. And I'm so happy that you're here. Thank you again.
Thank you for having me. I'm psyched to be here.
All right. Well, if you're tuning in live, let us know in the live chat. If you have anything to say, anything to ask Adrian, please let us know because we're here. We're like at the middle of Stumptown season 1. It's been an incredible show for us to watch, right, Chae? We're loving it.
What I love.
What?
There's so many things I love about the show. It's ridiculous.
Well, we got to get to our initial thoughts first and foremost. But Adrian, what are your initial thoughts of just being a part of Stumptown, and what is this role of being Tookie? What does it mean to you, just being able to play with all these amazing actors?
Well, it's actually one thought: gratitude. Thank the audience. We just got picked up to 18 episodes for season
so now
1.
we actually know the name. We didn't know the name when we announced it last week. So 18.
18's the number. 18. So thank you all for watching. If you don't watch, then nothing's picked up. I'm just actually at a taco stand right now eating instead of selling, and kind of miserable. But it's been great. It's a fantastic cast.
Mm-hmm, absolutely. And then clearly you have other projects on the side as well.
Yes, I'm a slut.
Lady in the
I just
Tramp.
work whatever
Lady
I
in the
can
Tramp.
do.
That will be aired exactly on November 12th when it streams and goes live across the incredible United States of America.
Streaming.
I'm kind of terrified of streaming.
No, it's getting ridiculous. There's HBO Max. There's going to be the NBC streaming.
Apple just came out, right?
Apple just came out with theirs. There's going to be another one it's not NBC, but it's another network show. I think CBS is trying to do that.
CBS All Access has been out a year. It's just that...
That one?
Yeah, but they've been struggling, but now they've got Picard. So now they feel like they're going to be in the game. So we'll see how that plays out. I'm in season 1 of No Activity on CBS All Access, and no one saw it. So, But now you can see it.
Now you can say all you want when you pay $5.99 a month for CBS All Access.
Yes.
How do I know that price? Because I have it.
Well, that's okay, Adrian, because even though as audience viewers like myself, I'm overwhelmed by all the streaming services, but as an actor, that just means you got more jobs lined up for you for some of these streaming services. So that's great.
It's just where the world is. You know, people have voted, and they have said, we want stuff streaming. We want to be able to see stuff on the go, on the phone, on the iPad, on the whatever. Otherwise, Netflix would not have 100 million subscribers. Obviously, the people have spoken, and now we just have to provide them with entertainment, and I think we do.
Well, you've definitely been providing entertainment with us for Stumptown as Tookie. So what's been the most favorite part about being able to portray Tookie on Stumptown so far?
Well, you know, it's important to me that ABC has chosen to have a very diverse cast, and I'm the Latino in the cast, and I gotta represent, and I'm proud to do so. You know, Ansel has Down syndrome, and he's doing an amazing job. And, you know, we have African Americans and an indigenous woman, Tantu Cardinal, and, you know, we've pretty much got it covered. And it's great because that's the world we live in.
Yes. And I love Tookie. He is one of my favorite characters. What would you say are similarities you share with Tookie in ways you are not like him at all?
Well, he loves, you know, eating and cooking and food, and I don't.
You don't?
No.
Okay, fine, I do.
I was like, wait, my dog.
Yeah, well, we both are very passionate. We both have a lot of great ambition. like, he comes across as this food truck guy, but really he has ambitions to be a really top edge, cook, chef. And he has, I too, I have ambitions to get my career better and higher, and whatever the sky's the limit is. So we're both ambitious. We love the people in our lives. It shall be revealed if Tookie, has relationships with people in the cast.
Oh my gosh, I was already getting hints.
Oh yeah, we're gonna talk about this.
But he's definitely like any human being, 3-dimensional. He has loves in his life and looking to expand that.
Oh yeah, definitely. I can kind of get the hint of that. Expanding the love part, right, Chae?
The way to a man's heart is through his stomach. So that's all I'm gonna say.
The Philly cheesesteak egg roll in tonight's episode made me very hungry, and I would like to try it.
Every time Tookie talks about food, I just want to go get something to eat by the time I'm done with this episode.
Yeah, and that's okay. That's okay. Yeah. We'd all be dead if we didn't eat.
We did see you squash a roach in this episode. Just before you serve us food, just wash your hands. I don't mind that. Just kill that roach. Just wash your hands, and we're cool.
45 seconds to make sure you get all the germs.
Get the soap under the fingernails.
My middle name's Sanitizer. Don't worry.
Oh, okay. We appreciate that. Well, do you want to go ahead and talk about kind of your arc in this episode right now?
Yeah, isn't it interesting? I thought that it all went well, and it's kind of like Tookie's moment to step out of the food truck and actually be a human being and actually have a relationship with Cosgrove. We'll see how that plays out. But it was nice just to see him just be with another person, not necessarily just about food, but about connection, and who knows where it goes.
Right, it was nice. I feel like we could breathe watching your scenes with Cameron, obviously, because I remember, didn't you like punch someone? Which episode?
That is my favorite.
Which episode was that when you punched someone, knocked him out?
So you just running, you're just like, I am so tired of running, And the guy's like, okay, put your hands up. You're like, punch.
Yes.
And you just walked all calmly away, just like. Yes, I didn't really feel like running. I feel like a punch would fit the situation.
Yes, I agree. You can see that on the 405 too, by the way. People just punching each other. So
it's very true.
I mean, yeah.
But yeah, that was fun, just running like that.
Yeah.
I'm still recovering. That was 3 weeks ago. But yeah.
We love that Tookie's just down for anything. But it was nice to really see Tookie and Cosgrove kind of, us to get a sense of Cosgrove's character, because she is like this incredible, strong, independent woman. But also, it was kind of nice to just see her as more humanized along with you and Tookie, and just talking about food and your love of food and just kind of vibing off one another. Yeah. It was such a fresh breath of air, because the show can be very tense. It's very fun and comical, and you help with that along with Dex. But it was just so nice to see kind of just a different tone shift in this episode with you two.
I think you're going to see a lot more of that in the back 5. Now that we have a little more space to breathe, you'll see more 3-dimensional moments like that for the second tier of the cast, like myself and myself.
Something I loved what your character said back when you didn't want to be a janitor in that episode. You said, why can't we change the roles? Why, because I'm Latino, do I have to be a janitor? Why can't I be, a businessman?
Right.
And that suit was fire, by the way. That suit was live. I loved it.
Yes.
But I really loved what you said, because it's so true. Whether you're Latino, transgender, black, whatever you are, why do we have to stick to the same roles?
Right.
And I love the fact that the show is exploring that more in an in-depth way, especially with having Cobie being the strong, amazing, kick-ass woman she is, playing this lead.
Yes. I'm so in awe of Cobie Small. There's a special shout-out to her. She's just, imagine being in every scene and doing like 2 episodes at a time, and then being married and having kids, and it's crazy. Like she's also one of the producers. So she has set such a high standard for the rest of us that, even if I wanted to slack off and be lazy with everything, I can't. Because she's just so on point with everything. What was the question?
No, for real. Cobie, we love you. The question was basically about how your character's saying, why are we, actually, I feel like the entire film industry is changing and actually seeing the light, in the sense that just because you're Latino doesn't mean you have to be a janitor, no matter what you are or where you are in this world right now. We can be more than that.
Right. That's what I love about the writing is that it's not trying to stick to the same old things. It's taking chances. I think we definitely saw that tonight. And like with what Cobie's doing, can we just say what we just saw?
Well, Fiona.
Fiona.
Well, there were just so many ship wars going on, man.
Yeah.
Everyone's getting action. You might even getting more action than you would have thought because of Cosgrove over there.
I love how she had to remind. It was like to remind you, but remind herself. I'm married.
Like, why would you even have to say that?
Right.
Because you needed the reminder. But continue.
No, I'm just thinking, okay, your ship name, Cosgrove and Tookie. We got Cookie.
I
like
Cookie.
And who doesn't like a cookie? Who doesn't?
I was saying Kookie, like Kookie,
okay.
but I like Cookie.
But where with the you?
Because it's pronounced Tookie. It's okay, Chae. I like Cookie. I like Cookie because you guys are both into food.
Right.
So like, Cookie is perfect for it. Like they're gonna. Oh my god, it's gonna be a mess, but I'm here for it.
But I do like the fact that they're open to anything. It's 2019, and they acknowledge that, and you're gonna see a lot more of that. And like in Lady and the Tramp, you have a multi-ethnic baby who is the centerpiece really of the story. And Chrissy Clemens plays the mom, and you have me as Elliot, the dog catcher, chasing Tramp, and Tessa Thompson as Lady. So their approach is to just say, hey, let's just invite the world into our casting because that's what the world needs, and we need to see ourselves reflected.
And Disney has to be one of the most diverse groups, and they just go all in with the diversity that I so appreciate.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
And thank you again for being here, just because you were telling us before the show started that you came from a flight from the junket.
From Miami, yes.
Right,
yes.
so shout out to that. And
Thank you for having the energy. Actually.
Right.
Miami remains hot, by the way. It's quite humid in Miami.
Oh yeah, well even in LA it's getting like a little like, oh, why am I wearing this?
No, it's getting cold,
well, it's hot during the day. Well, now it's cold, but
yeah. At night it gets just freezing, and then you're just like, okay, so why can't you do this in the day part? Why do you have to wait? Those are my questions I have for the weather.
We'll have another question before we move on to another topic with Tookie. Where do you want to see possibly Tookie go? Don't tell us exactly what happens. Clearly, you can't do that. But where would you like to see your character develop? If Adrian said like, oh, I want to see him do this or that, where would you like to see him go possibly?
Yes. Well, I would say that tonight's episode introduced the fact that he's married. I'd like to meet my wife.
I would love to just see who matches you.
Yeah, that'd be cool. I have someone in mind already that I've pitched. We'll see if Eva Longoria is free.
Shoot your shot. Shoot your shot.
Wait, here's a text. Eva said no. Oh, okay. Wait.
Well, she's
How
not.
about J-Lo? J-Lo?
J-Lo, okay.
Salma Hayek. Penelope Cruz.
Anybody.
There we go.
What if she's not Latino though? What if she's a different race though?
Yes, Angelina Jolie. I'll treat you nice. Don't worry. But yeah, listen, it's curious. I'm just very curious about that, and to see how far it goes because he does have ambitions beyond the food truck. Yeah. Does he have like a taco eating contest?
Oh my gosh.
That'd be the best episode ever.
In Portland.
Oh my god, with the mole sauce.
And he's just sitting there like Caligula.
Oh my god.
No.
I can just picture you in a big throne, overseeing everything.
Yes.
And just taking it all in.
Yeah.
Get out of my taco truck.
You call that a taco?
Y'all are making me so hungry tonight. It's not even funny. But what were you guys' thoughts? You got to help me out too with this because this was a lot of process. We had Dex kind of confronting her past with Fiona, or Fee. We'll call her Fee. She's calling her Fee. But also then we got Gray over here. They're at odds, him and Dex. So he's got this new chick. So it's funny to see kind of Dex tackle her past, but also we're seeing Gray kind of tackle the present, a new, possibly future with Liz. But then he's also talking about his past. So what do you think of this whole mess between Dex and Gray and their flames coming out, to fruition?
It seems to be heading towards a massive orgy. Like people walk into Bad Alibi, like, what's going on here? Tookie, what are you doing?
With the taco.
In the kitchen. Put it down.
Or it just plays out into nice, good, three-dimensional relationships that people can have a good conversation about. I think it's probably going to be that.
Yeah, and it was nice to have confirmation that Dex is a character she's a woman, but she is both into men and women. We know this, and it's like confirmed, and it's so cool to see this on ABC, and I think Cobie's just doing a phenomenal job of portraying that. It's like not a big deal.
Right.
It's so normalized. And
Yes, everybody didn't even care.
Right.
Just like, oh, like, so tell me about, your ex.
No one had like a side eye. No one raised their eyebrow. It was just normal.
Yeah.
Because it is normal.
Yeah.
And I think it's interesting that Dex did a little coke back in the day.
Right.
We almost missed that.
Is that going to be revisited?
I think she's trying to
Will
say
it be
she's trying to
Pepsi?
say good. Wow.
We shall see.
Oh my gosh.
I was not expecting to go that way, so yeah, that was dope.
There was Coke. Maybe it was just pixie sticks. We don't know. There was no confirmation. It could have been.
I mean, you can get high off pixie. You don't know.
It is interesting how they write these shows, though. They just layer things in, and they give you these teases, and you just want to keep watching what's going to happen next week. What's going to happen?
The best thing for me about Fiona and Dex was to show Fiona is still the same person she was 10 years ago.
Right.
Dex is not. And even though they did,
That was a great line, I thought.
It really was. Because even though we've all done it, we've got back with our exes because it's familiar and it seems comfortable. But you're not the same person you were when I was with you. And I'm not the same person either. Or if you're still the same person, this isn't good or healthy for me. Mm-hmm. So I thought that was a great stepping stone for her to learn about herself. That you want me to compromise who I am for you, but you're not willing to do the same. And if you can't, I'm happy for what you taught me, but now I'm going to take that lesson to somebody else.
Right. That was good. I didn't even think about that. For sure.
I get deep sometimes,
No, Chae, you're very deep.
I saw a comic on Netflix. I forget his name. But he was saying when you're in a relationship, you want to be with someone that's like, you want to marry up. You want to be with someone who's doing better than you, either financially, emotionally, or whatever, so that you can raise your own bar. And I thought that was interesting.
That's something Keven actually always says too.
Yeah.
Our founder, Keven Undergaro, he always says you always want to marry up, no matter what you do in your life.
Right. I'm divorced. So I married down. It didn't work out.
I was like, wait.
I got remarried.
Oh, okay. I'm like, I'm seeing a ring, so I need a confirmation.
Well, now I'm married up. Yeah.
Well, that being said, I'm taking applications for sugar daddies, so please hit a brother up. Anyway, no, that was serious. I'm dead serious, people. I need money. No.
Please do not tweet Ali at all about that information. You're going to blank out the last 5 seconds.
Let's look at you started.
Oh my gosh. Oh. You're hired. You're hired. You're so hired.
I don't carry cash. I'm a millennial.
I am a cheap date.
Obama's on that, so I don't know if it's still good.
Oh,
but, okay.
I will gladly take it regardless.
Never mind.
I'm a cheap date, like I said. So anyways, you guys, what are your thoughts on Liz and Gray? Is this a good thing? Is this a bad thing? Because Gray automatically, I love their conversation. I love that you said that you were deep, Chae, because that reminded me of what, their relationship kind of was talked about in this episode. Because this girl, Liz, she seems deep to me because she brought this whole surface level discussion with Gray. And Gray, he kind of spilt the beans. He was like, well, girl, here's my past. Take it or leave it. And she said, your place or my place. And I was like, damn.
That was a great scene. I thought it was really well written, and I thought it was really well acted. So a shout out to the writers and director and cast in that one. I feel like they really connected. And I know how hard that is to actually be really present and perform very bare and honestly. And they did it. So props to them for that. But yeah, I like the fact that something's going to happen there.
Right. And I just think that that is just like a good discussion for relationships in general, whether it's like if you would like it to be a serious thing, if you want to have a future with someone, you need to kind of, it's okay to open up to someone. And I think maybe the reason why Dex and Fiona never really worked together, because they didn't really open up to that next level. It was kind of always like, let's do coke on the coffee table, basically,
Right.
Okay.
But clearly Ansel's not here for Liz.
Well, Ansel is just not here for the fact that Gray and Dex are fighting. that's what he's not here for. I don't know if he wants Gray and sister to get together or not. However, before we touch on that, I'm gonna get on Liz.
Uh-oh.
I love the performance. I thought it was amazing and present. Heffa is evil.
Oh. Whoa, shots are fired. Bam, bam. Why?
I'm sorry, I don't trust her.
Hashtag the Heffa is evil.
You heard it here. You heard it first on AfterBuzz TV.
I'm sorry, I just don't trust her.
Okay.
Okay.
Elaborate.
It could, I don't know why. Okay. I do know, there's just something, like, even if I can't put a finger on why I just don't trust her, it could be the fact that, you know, have you ever heard of radical honesty? But she never gave anything back in return.
Oh.
That is suspect.
You know what
if
else?
you also not giving anything in return, I'm not suspect because you just want information to give me from me to you.
You're onto something, Chae. Your reason why? Because I'm going to piggyback off this. She is a crook. Because when she first came into the bar, she said, this bar's haunted.
Yes.
That was a lie. The bar's not haunted. She was like trying to bait people into the bar in order to get to Gray and make him see like, oh, she's bringing me customers. I'm going to latch onto her. So maybe you're onto something.
I'm legit thinking
she's a liar.
She either is Kane's sister, related to Kane in some way.
Maybe.
This could be payback in a sense as well for him getting captured again. But I don't trust you.
Sleeping with the enemy. That's a good point.
Or maybe things will play out, you know. They're about to have a picnic. Maybe she's the love of his life and vice
Yeah, because
versa.
two crooks together work really well
Thank
when
you.
one's trying to be legit.
I don't know, Adrian. She didn't bring a Philly cheese egg roll to
Few
Gray.
of us can though. Few of us can. It's hard to do that.
Was that really a Philly cheese egg roll? By
It
the way,
was, and it was
Thanks.
It was good.
maybe 12 bites that I had to take right before lunch.
Which
so-
number was that bite? Do you recall which one that was?
Number 1.
He's a one and done, but you know, you gotta do safety sometimes. Safety protects you.
I like the sound effects, by the way. They help me.
No, they help us. They really inspire us here, and
Yes.
it just lifts us up. Just like. But I am lifted up, by the way, by some of the fights. I feel like there's a fight scene in every single episode in Stumptown.
Yes.
Even if it's a small one. Like in this one, we had Dex kind of fight the stalker that was kind of like baited into kind of like making Fiona paranoid. And so that was kind of like the huge reveal. There's always a twist in this.
Yes.
Is that like, how are you on like the twists in every single episode?
I
Are you
love them.
shocked? Or are you just like, oh, what?
I
What?
love the twist. In the next episode called The Heffa is Evil, I think that's the working title. There'll be a few
That should
smackdowns.
legit be a title just because.
That should be a movie. And, with,
Start writing, Chae.
I will start writing down.
The Heffa is Evil, starring Tiffany Haddish, Chae, and me.
Oh my
I would pay to
gosh.
see that movie.
Let's work on it.
As long as I can direct this film, I would love to direct this film.
This
How
is
about
how
you
it
produce
happens.
it?
You know what? As long as I'm tied to this film, if I have my name in the credits, I'll be fine doing whatever. I'll do the coffee runs. You know? Okay.
Yeah, you usually run a crafty. Here's your coffee.
Here's Chae, Queen Chae. Here you go. I bow down to you guys.
By the way, audience, they have not offered me water one time
No.
since I've been in this
no,
building.
he's going to
Look at
dehydrate.
this. Look, it's just crazy here.
Now, see, when I offered to refresh it before we started, he said he was good.
Actually, I've had like 16 glasses.
I'm so
Oh,
dead.
you trying to throw me under the bus? I'm gonna protect myself today, sir.
Yeah, there's nothing. There's
The
nothing
love
in
bus.
here. Nothing in here.
Nothing.
Oh, sorry, real quick. Somebody in the chat.
Go ahead.
The Wrestling Hound says, he is like my favorite character. This is crazy! With that many Y's. I'm not joking.
Oh my gosh.
Yes.
Anything else in the chat before we move on?
Holy shiitake mushrooms. I don't know if I'm allowed to say that word, so you know what? I improvised.
Wait, what?
Shiitake.
Oh, they said S-H-I-T?
Yes.
Okay.
I don't have to spell it for the kids.
Thank you. We are trying to keep it clean here tonight, but it's very hard. But it's, we're doing our best. Thank you, Chae. Anything else in the chat?
That's about it.
All right. Well, any other thoughts that I'm missing in this episode? There's a lot to kind of take in. A lot happened in this episode.
I like the conversation between Hoffman and his. And I don't think we ever learned her name. The other officer.
Oh yeah, I don't know her name.
Does she have a name,
Do you know her
Adrian?
name? That character's name?
It's
The Heffa. It's not the heifer.
I can't recall right now her actual name, but she's good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She seems interested in Hoffman.
Yeah.
Did anyone else get that? I did. Because she's like, I'm going to set you up with someone that's going to take care of you. And she kind of made a face. Did no one else catch that?
Yeah.
Is it a coincidence she's physically beautiful? I
Right?
don't think
And
so.
he's beautiful too. So.
But she has a point. Like, when either you're a cop, like for 2 points actually. If you're a guy and I'm a woman, I need words. I don't want to guess at what you're saying because I can't read minds. I am not psychic. You have to tell me, and then I know. However, most guys or cops who get a lot of attention, they're not used to having the challenge. So now he's asking himself, do I just want the challenge or if I'm actually interested in Dex herself?
Right.
I think so. I think it's more of a mix of both.
Is it the chase rather than the actual destination of having a actual girlfriend, boyfriend, whatever?
I feel like it's more of the
significant
give
other.
and take that he and Dex has that I think that attracts him to her too. Because she doesn't pull any punches and he'll give it right back. I love that give and take they actually have in their relationship.
They're actually pretty similar. You know, you think you'd kind of want to be with someone that's different. We're talking earlier about higher up, where they're kind of, I don't know, I don't see them as one is
Technically,
more
the cop is higher than the PI in that realm.
Yeah, but she's such a badass.
I know, so which makes up for it in the sense that she's too good for him, but then
His job.
yeah, it's
But maybe okay.
like when you get the scales in the way you want them, yeah, they work.
What do you think? We're kind of just like dancing over here.
I think Michael Ealy's a good actor, but I gotta smack him when I see him next time because he got invited to Tyler Perry's event, and I was not the plus one.
Oh my gosh.
I mean, Tyler
Thank you.
Perry opened up a 300-acre studio. If you guys have not been reading the news, he is the only boss of a self-made studio. Nobody can fire Tyler Perry
No,
but Tyler Perry.
it's crazy what he did.
And each studio is named after an influential black actor in history,
Wow.
which is what I love.
That's amazing.
Yeah, so it's not looking good for me there. But
I mean,
But
he's
did you
doing a
see-
lot of things, you know?
Did you see the Instagram when Will Smith came out and said, Eddie, where's Eddie? And then Eddie Murphy came out of his trailer. So Coming to America 2 met Bad Boys 4, and they all just got in the street. And then Tim, Martin Lawrence, Eddie
Wesley
Murphy,
Snipes.
Wesley, and they were all just like hanging out and doing selfies. It was surreal.
Who was Michael's plus one? That should have been you. I'm sorry, Adrian.
Yeah, who it was? Who was the plus
We're gonna
one?
find
I thought
out.
he was going to reveal it.
You don't know?
I don't know.
Okay.
I want to say Regina Hall, but that's just
We're on the
we're
case.
best friends.
We're
so
gonna find out.
He might have invited her. You never know.
Any more thoughts?
I have no idea.
This is a great episode, though.
It was.
Like, it's just also a way to see how far you've come from your past and to what got you where you are. And I think that's a reflection for all of us can take. Whether what our past was good or bad, who we are today is because of it. And that necessarily isn't a bad thing.
Right. And I think she kind of, after their falling out, her and Gray, she kind of needed to kind of like take a step back. Literally, she took a step back with her past coming into town, whatnot, with Fiona. And I think because of that, you need to really just kind of like, it was a slap in the face. She needed a reminder of who she was and the growth that she did make and to kind of move on forward. And I think Gray needs that as well. And he's kind of learning it through Liz. And hopefully she's not a heifer like you said, Chae. Hopefully she's good.
still evil, man.
We need more
I don't
good.
trust
We need
it.
more good people. We need more.
We
good
need
people.
more good people, but sometimes, man, life just gonna throw you some more bad.
Yeah. But Ansel's a good person.
Right.
Ansel's
The
a
only-
hero.
Ansel is like pure light, and working with him has been a real thrill. With Cole Sibis, who plays him, because he just comes to set with so much gratitude. He just really, he gets there, he hugs the director, he hugs the DP, he hugs Cobie, he hugs Michael, he hugs me, and it's just crazy. He's just full of light and love, and he's just really, for a guy like me who's been around the block, to see him with so much enthusiasm has been really helpful. Because it just reminds me it is a gift to be on that set.
Definitely. That's so beautiful. I need to be on set so I can see all you guys, and I'm just going to cry when I see all you guys work together. It's beautiful to hear that.
One more thing, because I know we want to get to special segment
Yes.
and everything, because I just thought of it and I want to mention it.
Go ahead.
The fact that Grace said to Dex, do you think it's okay for only you can fool around with everybody and I have to just not live a life? That's a fair statement to make because Dex been doing things with things and Grace has been there in the background taking care of your brother, which, I mean, he doesn't mind because he loves Ansel, but it's also not fair to condemn him for actually taking a night for himself.
Right.
In the same sense.
Right. And I think he also learned through Liz that he needs to open up more because he didn't tell everything to Dex in the first place. So that's why she lashed out. But, you know, I see the both faults in both of them.
Yeah.
But you brought up this special segment, right, Chae? That you want to get it a cooking? Want to get this special segment of cooking? You want to cook? Ready, Tookie? Adrian, let's do this.
We're going to get it a cooking, guys. So we're going to play You Just Got Stumped. Love that sound effect. So, Ollie, you want to start. What stumped you in tonight's episode?
Oh, gosh. Okay, what actually stumped me, I had to write his name down because I forgot his name. What was it? Nick. That stumped me because I thought the whole time in this episode that Fiona was the one, she was the bad guy in this because I thought this whole time she hired the creepy stalker Martin in order to get close to Dex. But to find out it was Nick who was just kind of there, I was like, what? So that was the twist in this episode. So I was really surprised that Nick was the one behind it all.
It actually made sense to me when I thought about it later when they revealed him. Like, oh yeah, why else would he tell Dex to just be a body? Like, what are you like? Sorry, why do you need me just be a body? So why can't I do my job?
Right. So he's just jealous of Dex,
or just he wanted to he wanted her to be dependent on him.
Right.
I mean, granted, she also was dependent on drugs. So
the drugs help her get more dependent on Nick. So
it's a vicious cycle. Don't do drugs. So, I am a 90s PSA right
Scruff. Now. Is it Scruff McGruff? McGruff the Scruff?
Was that the dog?
The dog, yes, right?
He had a name?
I think so. Did he have a name? Are we on the same level? Scruff?
Woofy.
Woofy. There we go. We're going to go with Woofy.
I just don't do drugs. That is my PSA for today.
There you go. So what stumped you, Chae?
Actually, also would say the Nick thing, only because I was so focused on Fee, I wasn't paying attention to all the other clues. Like I should have been. So that actually did stump me. And Liz just being evil. I am.
Well, that's not revealed yet.
It's not stump so much. It's just
Is that the heifer?
I'm right.
Yes. That is the heifer.
I am just right. And I am so in my core on this. Girl is evil.
Adrian, what stumped you in this episode?
Well, I actually read the script.
But what stumped you in the script?
As I read the script, I was stumped. I mean, I've been thrown by the fact that that Cosgrove's like, hey, I'm married. I'm married, okay? It's just, this is just, food, okay?
We're loving food together.
And I thought to myself, they only say that when it's not just, platonic. So then I started wondering, really? Can this possibly go down that road? So I'm very curious about how that plays out.
Yeah, this whole time I thought that she maybe was a widow because she said the mole sauce, that whole scene with you and her, she said, it brought me back to when, I moved here and I was with my husband. So I don't know, the way she said it, I perceived it as that maybe she was a widow or she's maybe divorced, but y'all both got spouses, and it's gonna get messy. It's gonna get saucy.
I think
who's wearing the handcuffs in episode 18?
Definitely Tookie. She be a boss in the bedroom. Don't get it twisted. Cosmo got moves.
Oh my gosh. Any more thoughts before we move on? We've just been getting stumped ourselves right now in the show.
I know you said that you thought because she had a widow. I did too, but then I think it was more of in a way, the past of what her and her husband might have had. Maybe they're not on the same wavelength now. That they've lost, the thing that first attracted them to each other too. So that also could be why she's also leaning more towards Tookie, it seems like.
I like it. Maybe you remind her of her husband back in the day. And is that where we're getting at? Okay.
Just more in the sense that maybe just the passion maybe is missing from her marriage and food. Food is a good passion to share between two people.
Right.
So.
Yeah.
All right. We just need more clarification on your spouses.
All right, I'll work on it as soon as I meet her.
All right. Well, why don't we get on to some news, okay? Because you got to tell us some news too, Adrian, about what's going on with you. But first, I have this cute little article that Cobie actually did. She did an interview with, or actually got this article off KSRO.com. And she was talking about the complications of or the challenges of portraying Dex. And she says, when you're signing up to do a multiple of anything, it has to be interesting and dynamic and challenging. And it was so exciting to me to challenge myself, and knowing that like every week is going to bring another thing, whether it's more comedy or more action or more, it's going to be more dramatic. I was excited for that personally. It was an opportunity to have a war vet portrayed on television to show someone who was suffering from PTSD, which we saw in the episode too, some glimpses. And I love how that's portrayed on the show. And to understand that vets are not taken care of in this country. And she is,
can I get an amen?
Right. And she's, because of that, you know, not dealing with her own issues, and it's coming up in her life. And it's just an interesting thing to portray and put out in the world. And I love that, because we do see that she's struggling with it. We saw it in the concert scene. And I love that how it's just like painted out. And we see glimpses of her overseas and just the bombs and the gunfire. And I love it. It's just so what's the word I'm trying to look for?
Real?
It's real. It's just so, it puts you in that setting.
Okay.
And I love how it's like putting her back in and out of it. She's past and present. And it's just so, it's mind boggling. You feel like you're going through what she's going through, the way it's portrayed.
Yeah. And wasn't there a character recently that actually invited her to go to like a 12-step meeting or some group therapy? I think I saw that last week.
I thought it. Oh, she
was it a
asked
couple
her,
weeks ago?
Wait.
A couple, yeah. Where the guy's like, hey, you know, you're free to come by, and you know, if you ever need to talk.
I feel like I didn't re-see the episode.
Or maybe is that when she declined, or did she decline? She didn't go, or did she go?
She
forget.
declined.
Okay.
But I thought maybe that'd be a good scene to see her really bare herself about what's really happened. Because now we're getting flashbacks, but maybe more of a narrative about what she actually experienced verbally, you know.
And just open up more. We want to know you, Dex, for sure.
Yes.
Well, so for more news, Adrian, what's going on with your life? Is there anything you want to... We got Lady and the Tramp. You got to spill the beans. What's the news?
Oh, yeah.
Bring it. What's cooking? We're talking about so much about food and cooking and
You're
stuff.
just hungry.
I really am.
There are no heifers in Lady and the Tramp. None. I looked. But
I mean, you said in the Midwest. How you know?
What?
It was said in the Midwest. How you know?
Yeah, that's okay. Good point. But yeah, it comes out November 12th on Disney Plus, along with like everything, you know, Mandalorian and all kinds of stuff. But I'm really excited about this movie. I saw it in New York at the premiere we had, and they invited the North Shore Animal League, and they set up an adoption tent.
Oh, that's so cute.
All the dogs in the film are rescues, including Lady and Tramp.
Oh my gosh.
They auditioned 300 dogs all over the country and settled on those two and 2 backups. And they're fantastic animals. The trainers, Matilda and Mark, are award-winning. Mark did 101 Dalmatians. Like anything Disney, he was the trainer on. So I was with the A-team. And, you know, the animals would be opposite me, and then the trainers would be behind me, and they'd be like, look left, look right, you know, and it was just easy for me just to be present and patient while the trainers did all the real work. And I had the best time. It's a really good movie.
I'm excited to
I know
see
we can't
it,
wait to
dude.
see it. It's been getting so many great reviews as well.
Yeah, I mean, it really hits me in the heart. And the third act, there's a twist that happens to Elliot, the dog catcher, that really shook me up. And I actually performed it. But when I saw it on the screen, I was just like, oh my God. And I got emotional watching it. It's good stuff.
Well, we cannot wait to see it.
Right.
We only got 4 more days, guys.
Yeah.
Like, if anybody knows me, I am Disney Queen. I am stoked.
Yeah.
I'm just afraid that after I do see it, I'm going to want to adopt a dog. But yes, please, when you adopt your animal, please save them from a shelter. There's so many needy animals in shelters, cats, dogs. Sometimes I even see bunnies in shelters.
You see bunnies
Sometimes
in
I see bunnies in shelters, and I'm like, what the heck? Look, you shouldn't be here. You should be at a loving home. But eat your carrots. But thank you. We're so excited for the future of Tookie and also of Elliot, the dog catcher. So we're super excited for that.
Thank you.
Yes. So why don't we have to get to some predictions now.
AfterBuzz
For
TV predictions.
And
Stumptown.
You cannot join us, obviously, because you know things.
No,
Right,
he doesn't.
right.
No, he doesn't.
He will tell us after we're off the air, Ollie.
Okay, well, he can still say what he would like to happen. I know.
True.
Tookie becomes a dog catcher.
Okay. Oh my gosh, the ultimate
You know,
crossover.
shocking twist of events.
The ultimate crossover. Oh my
He
gosh.
leaves the food truck to go catch dogs.
Come here,
Just for you.
Chihuahua.
Oh my gosh, it's getting dark. Shay, what do you think's gonna happen?
Oh, Friendsgiving is about to get very unfriendly.
Oh gosh.
I can't imagine how bad it's gonna be. I know it will be bad. I know I'm gonna be very entertained because Liz is still evil. But now there's still this very awkward tension still now with Gray and Hoffman in the same place. And Ansel's just trying to like have a nice Thanksgiving with people he cares about and Liz. So she's invited. Yep.
Right.
How about you, Ollie?
I don't know what's gonna happen, but I do love the whole Friendsgiving. I love that Friendsgiving is a thing because it just shows that friends can be your family, and like family is not all blood related. And I think that's a beautiful message, and I think we're seeing that in Stumptown in general because like so many like Gray and Dex, you know, I see them as family regardless of whether
They're just brother and sister are just fighting right now. They'll be
right,
fine later.
you know. So it's just beautiful. Any more thoughts on what's gonna happen? You know, just basically tell us everything that's gonna happen in the season.
Well, I just read the season finale, and what happens is Dex. Oh, I'm sorry, we're out of time. Damn, I just hate when that happens.
Oh man. Oh,
He timed that perfectly.
how dare you? Well, until then,
Boing.
Adrian, where can we find you on social media?
Oh, at Taste of Adrian on Insta and Twitter, and just Adrian Martinez on Facebook. And like Tookie, I need the likes, so please help me out, guys.
Yes.
Because he is a snack, guys. So you guys can find me at Real Chae Jones on Twitter and Instagram. Tuesday, Sorry for Your Loss after show at 7 p.m. And I am your new correspondent for Disney News Weekly on Popcorn Talk.
Yes, and I'm your host, Ollie Drennan. Follow me on Instagram and Twitter at Ollie Dreamer. And until then, we will see you for Stumptown episode 7. Bye, guys.
Bye, guys.
Our founder, Keven Undergaro, and me, Maria Menounos, would like to thank you for tuning in to AfterBuzz TV. Remember, we're not just the first, we're the biggest in the world, and we're the only destination for all your favorite TV shows. Whatever you crave, we've got it. So go to AfterBuzzTV.com and check out our lineup. Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.